Imagine this. You step into a huge hall, it's buzzing with energy, hundreds of potential employers, but there's this little voice, maybe, asking, is my English good enough? I mean, what if I told you that today, your English communication skills? They aren't just like a bonus, they could actually be the thing that decides everything. Seriously. We're talking the difference between landing that dream job and, well, not, or even a massive salary difference. Some figures suggest like 400% higher pay for candidates who are otherwise equal, just based on English skills.
It's pretty staggering when you think about it that
Whoa.
way.
And it's fascinating because even for really technical jobs, software roles, for instance, often that ability to communicate clearly, confidently in English, it's seen as more vital than just the technical know-how.
It really speaks to the collaborative nature of work today, I think.
Absolutely. Welcome to Daily English Practice. Listen and speak. Today, we are doing a deep dive into English for visiting the job exhibition. Our goal here is pretty simple, actually. We want to explore just how critical your English skills are, not just for success at these job fairs, but really for your whole job search. We've looked at insights from career experts, from job seekers themselves, and by the end of this, you should have some really practical strategies, key English phrases, everything you need to feel confident engaging with employers and making a great impression.
That's good. Let's dive in.
Yeah.
So, walking into a big job fair, it could definitely feel a bit intimidating at first. All the companies, the people milling around, the noise.
Totally overwhelming sometimes.
Exactly. But the thing to remember is what these events are. Career fairs, job exhibitions, they're specifically set up for organizations to actively find people. Interns, employees, you name it. They're there to recruit. They want to meet potential hires.
And that links into something really big in the U.S. job market, doesn't it? That whole networking culture. We always hear, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And the numbers seem to back that up. Something like, what, 80% of jobs?
Yeah, up to 80% found through connections or referrals. It's huge.
Yep.
So when you see an average college fair might have over 200 employers, well, that's a massive networking opportunity right there.
It flips the perspective, doesn't it? It's not just them checking you out.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's a two-way street. Yes, they're assessing if you fit their team, but just as importantly, you are assessing them. Is this company a place where you'd actually want to work? Does it fit your style, your goals, your values, the culture?
That's a much more empowering way to look at it.
And it raises the question of when to even start going to these. The thinking now is, well, start early. Even if you're a first-year international student, say on an F1 visa, and you can't technically work off campus yet, these fairs are still incredibly valuable. You can explore different jobs, you can practice your English in a real world, but sort of low-stakes setting. And you start building that professional network in the U.S. from day one.
Building foundations, not just hunting for the first job.
Exactly. It's strategic.
Okay, so given how much is riding on these events, standing out is obviously crucial. And if there's one thing that just keeps coming up again and again, it's preparation.
Oh, absolutely. Non-negotiable, really.
It sounds like it's the single biggest factor in making that positive impression. You could be amazing, but if you seem unprepared.
You get lost in the crowd, it's true. So let's break down what that preparation actually looks like. First up, resume and business cards. Your resume needs to be polished, concise, maybe even have a couple of versions tailored to different types of roles you're interested in.
Tailored versions, okay.
And print them out,
Yeah.
several copies. On good quality paper, it just looks professional. And maybe think about personal business cards, too. Just simple ones with your contact info. It's smooth, professional, shows you're organized.
Better than scribbling on a napkin, right?
Definitely. Then, company research. This is huge.
Yeah. You mentioned this being vital.
It is. Get the list of companies attending the fair beforehand, pick your targets, and then really dig in. What's their mission? Their values? What jobs do they actually have open right now? Do this before you go. Recruiters can tell straight away if you've done your homework. They really appreciate it.
Yeah, I can imagine asking, so what do you guys do? Can go down well.
Or, got any jobs open? It just signals you haven't bothered to look.
Yeah.
Shows a lack of genuine interest in them specifically.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Research first.
And that research helps you set clear goals for the fair. What do you actually want to achieve? Are you just exploring? Gathering info for later? Or are you actively looking for something right now, an internship or a job? Knowing your goal helps focus your conversations.
Makes sense. Purposeful interactions.
Then there's the elevator pitch.
Yeah.
1-minute commercial.
Ah, yes. The quick intro.
Exactly. About 30 to 60 seconds. Who you are, key skills, what you're looking for. Needs to be brief, impactful, but also sound natural, conversational.
We found a really good example, actually. Let me read it. Hi, I am Devin Brown. I am a management major here at Bridgewater State University and will be graduating next month. Currently, I am employed as a shift leader at McDonald's, managing 6 people during my shift and working 30 hours a week while attending school full-time. In addition, this past fall, I interned in the customer service division of Ocean Spray, providing online support to customers and learning supervisory skills. I'm interested in building a career as a manager in the corporate world or in government.
See, that's perfect. It packs in experience, studies, work ethic, ambition, all very concisely. It tells a mini story.
It really does. Okay, what else for prep?
Last big one, dress professionally. First impressions count, and your clothes are part of that. Clean, well-fitting, business formal, like a suit, is often best for these. But at minimum, aim for business casual.
Look the part.
But also, be comfortable. Especially your shoes. You'll be on your feet, walking around for ages. Don't let sore feet distract you when you're trying to impress someone.
Good practical tip. Blisters are not professional.
Not at all.
Okay, so you've done all the prep, you arrive at the exhibition, now what? This is where the English skills really get tested, right?
This is showtime, yes. All of that practice comes into play. First impressions again, walk up with enthusiasm, good handshake, firm, but not crushing. Make eye contact. Project confidence in your voice, your posture. Stand tall, seem engaged.
And show you're actually interested in them, not just the free pens.
Yes, exactly. Show genuine interest in the company and listen. Really listen when they talk. It shows respect for their time and what they're sharing.
Okay, listening is key, and asking questions.
Asking thoughtful questions is a brilliant way to stand out. Go beyond the basics you can find online.
Right, not just, what jobs do you have?
No. Ask about specific roles you saw listed. Maybe ask about the hiring process, team goals, company culture. You could even mention some recent news about them if you found something interesting in your research.
Could you give an example, like what's a good type of question?
Sure. Maybe something like, what qualities do you generally look for in an ideal candidate for your specific type? For example, marketing associate roles. Or, I saw you have an opening for a job title. Is that role focused more on function A or function B?
Ooh, that shows you've really looked at the details.
Precisely. Or even, what's the biggest challenge the person in this new job title role could help your team address?
Wow, okay. That's moving beyond just asking for something, isn't it? It's showing you're thinking about how you can contribute.
Exactly. It changes the whole dynamic, makes the conversation more memorable, more strategic.
And answering their questions.
Be ready for that, too. Interactions can be brief. Practice giving concise, clear answers. Use specific examples from your experience when they ask about skills. Think STAR method: situation, task, action, result, if that helps structure your examples.
Good framework. What about for international students? Visa questions often come up.
Yeah, absolutely. Be prepared to answer honestly about your visa status. And don't be afraid to ask them if they hire international students or offer sponsorship. It's a necessary question. Better to know up front.
Clarity for everyone. Makes sense.
And try to keep the conversation flowing naturally. Ask open-ended questions, starting with how or what, often encourages them to talk more.
Shows you're listening actively.
Right. And maybe share a quick, relevant personal anecdote why you're passionate about your field, for example. It makes you more human, more memorable.
Okay, so let's talk specific phrases. Are there some good go-to English phrases for these situations?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Having a few up your sleeve can boost confidence. Things like, I'm really interested in opportunities within your product development team. Can you tell me a little more about that specific?
Okay.
Or referencing your research. I was very impressed by your company's recent work on Project X. What kind of projects would a new hire typically get involved in?
Shows you did your homework.
Exactly. Or, more personal, what do you enjoy most about working here at company name? People often like answering that.
Builds rapport.
What kind of mentorship or professional development opportunities are available? Shows you're thinking long-term.
Good one.
And practically, what are the next steps in your hiring process after an event like this?
Manage expectations.
And maybe ending with, is there anything else I can provide you with today? Proactive.
These are great examples. Using phrases like that, it's not just about correct English, is it? It signals confidence, preparation.
Absolutely. And it reinforces that point we started with. The recruiters often look for those strong communication skills, sometimes even more than specific technical skills they feel they can teach.
Because communication shows potential for teamwork, leadership.
Adaptability, all crucial soft skills. Your English proficiency is a huge asset here.
Okay, last thing during the fair. Getting out gracefully.
Right. Be mindful of their time, especially if there's a queue forming behind you. When the conversation feels like it's wrapping up, just politely excuse yourself. Thank them sincerely for their time. And crucially, don't forget, ask for their business card or contact info for follow-up.
Ah, the follow-up. That feels important.
It's critical. The fair is just the beginning.
Yeah, I was going to say, it feels like the event itself is just like stage one. The real work maybe happens after you leave the hall.
You've got it. What you do in the next day or two can make all the difference in turning that brief chat into a real opportunity.
So what's the key action?
Prompt follow-up. That's number one. Send a thank you email or note. Email is usually best within 24 to 48 hours.
Okay, quick turnaround.
Yes, and personalize it. Don't just send a generic, thanks for chatting. Mention something specific you discussed.
Like that project they mentioned or point they made.
Exactly. It jogs their memory,
Yeah.
remember? They spoke to dozens, maybe hundreds of people. It shows you are actually listening and reinforces your interest. Makes you stand out from the pile.
Okay, personalized, prompt thank you email. Got it. What else?
LinkedIn. Find the recruiters you met and send them a connection request. Make sure your own profile is polished and up to date, reflecting everything you talked about.
Keeps the connection going digitally.
Right. And think longer term, too. Maybe request an informational interview later on if you're really interested in the company. It's a less formal way to learn more.
Deeper dive conversation.
Yeah. And just generally, nurture those connections. Networking isn't a one-off thing. Stay in touch appropriately. Share an interesting article. Offer help if you can. Build a relationship.
It's about building a professional network over time.
Absolutely. And finally, after each fair, take a moment to reflect. What works well for you? What didn't? Which questions caught you off guard? Where could you improve for next time?
Learn from each experience.
Continuous improvement, it makes you stronger for the next opportunity.
Okay, so bringing this all together, what's the big takeaway for you listening right now? It really seems to be that your English communication skills, there's so much more than just, understanding words. They're about genuinely connecting with people. They're about conveying your unique value, your personality, your potential. And they act like a key, really unlocking opportunities that might otherwise just stay hidden. This isn't just about job fairs. It's about your entire career path. So the final thought is this. How will you lean into that power, the power of your English communication to open doors you perhaps haven't even imagined yet? Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive. If you found these insights helpful, please do take a moment to subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate your support.